Hey, it's just so Trish. And okay, this is coming straight from Diane Waring on a question she asked on Facebook today. So I'm doing a video response. And her question is, can you help me? I've been told that today's homeschoolers do not prefer teaching their children all together, but instead separate out each subject for each student in each grade. No more one-room homeschool experience. Is that what you've observed or experienced? Here we go. Okay, so when it comes down to this is, it doesn't matter which way you go. This is going to be personal preference in your home. So I started out, and my goal is always the one-room schoolhouse style. We're kind of all teaching together. But for me, having 6 kids in 12 years and always being perpetually pregnant, and by the time I'm ready to get school done, what about puzzle? By the time I'm ready to get school done, and I've gathered them, and I've only gathered part of them, for me, in the ages I've had, it's always not been the easiest to gather the appropriate children when I needed them together. And I began to feel like the limiting factor for my kids' schoolwork. Yes, I did. And being the limiting factor of my kids' schoolwork, I realized I needed to take a break this year and give my children their own every child has their own subject for their own grade. Not really. I just feel like every child has their own subject. And all the subjects are separated out. Do I feel like sometimes this is a little busier than I'd like? Yes. But for the situation in the season I'm in right now, it means my children are not waiting on me. And this became a big problem in the last few years. Like, my kids would be waiting and mom would be exhausted. And because we're using a self-teaching curriculum, it's easier for them to work independently. So as for the question, in my experience, I've done both. I've done where we've worked together, and I'm going to tell you, when I'm fighting little tiny babies, it has been so hard. So hard for me. Maybe I don't have the management skills in order to handle my home in a way to do it, but I know that for me, my situation, doing that didn't work. Do I think that that's going to be... Say hi. Do I think that that's going to be a, will you wait for me just a minute? Do your math. Do I think that that's going to be the rest of our homeschool career? I love the curriculum I'm in right now. It is independent. It is self-learning. They're doing all their subjects. It's measurable. And I'm going to tell you, if God did not put me on the path to have that curriculum this year, we would have failed miserably. We lost our house. We lost our furnishings. We lost our home. And we had to restart. If I wouldn't have had the structure of the individualized curriculums, school would not have happened for us this year. I would have probably considered putting them into a private school because of just how crazy the situations were. So I know now God knew what we were doing, what He was doing when He gave us that. I love the ideas, and I love the families that sit around and they do history together, and they do science together, and they do it all as one big absorbed curriculum. And I think that's just fantastic. And like, my envisioning was that that's what kind of homeschoolers we are going to be. But in my season right now, it's not. So I think in the future, we will have years where we do school like that. And I think in the future, we're going to still have years where everybody has their own stuff and they do it separately. Because it's really going to come down to, in our season, what manages that. And as for other homeschoolers I know, everybody does it what fits their season and what fits their lifestyle. So that's my answer. What are your opinions? What are your experiences? Are you separating the two out? I'm going to post a link to her, Diane Waring's Facebook page, where she asked the question, so you can go tell her yourself, but also seriously, you tell me too. What do you think? I mean, I don't want to corner myself into being like, oh, we do one room, oh, we do individual. It's for us right now, it's just as what makes sense for our family in this season. And with being a large family, I didn't think it would be smart to do individual subjects for each child, but in the end, it has been a big blessing this year with what's going on. So I will talk to you later. Let me know what you think.